Yo guys, it's CyberRob from Cyber City here, coming at you at the new place that I have here now. Sorry for the delays on video making. I have been moving from one place to another. Now I'm in a travel trailer, 33-foot Jayco 2020. Also, I'm powering up right now. I am not on a campsite. I don't have the access to sewer, water, or electricity. So how do you think I'm powering this up? But before we do, let's take a look at what we have around here so you guys know where I'm staying at. All right, guys, I'm gonna start off here with my kitchen area, right? So it did not come with this little island piece that we have here. So we went ahead and got a little purchase of that to give us a little bit more counter space. As you can see, we have like silverware, trash is in there. Ooh, that needs to be dumped. But it's an extra added kitchen space that we have here in order for us to cook, right? Then obviously you have your sink, your microwave. We do have an air fryer. Also, we do have an ice maker, which is pretty awesome that we got on Amazon. We love our ice in that sense. Here's the cooktop cookware. You know, we got a 3 gas burner stove that we have here. Also, we have cabinet space extra here for all of your stuff, right? We got it here, got it loaded up there. Right there for cabinet space. We got the microwave, right? I got the AC going right now too, so it's nice and cool in here. As we said, more counter space here that we have, right? Obviously, we got the fridge here, you know, so we have the fridge. We got to open it up. You know, we got all the essentials, you know, Vietnamese coffee, some Ben and Jerry's, some taquitos, some hoagies. Also, we got in here just a limited amount of space that we have, so which is pretty cool. We do have an oven here if we wanted to, and that will be as our extra storage for pots and pans and everything. We keep it extra paper bags here just to be on the safe side. Got more storage space for the cabinets, and that could be for cookware they're about to get. So that's pretty cool. More cabinet space underneath that we have here for all of our cleaning supplies that we go through. Then we have all the multiple drawers here that we have for cookware, aluminum foil, I think here. We're still trying to decide what we're going to do with the next, 3 to 4 kitchen spaces that we have, excuse me. We do have a spice rack on the island, which is pretty cool. And then as you can see here, we got our living room area, which is pretty cool. I did get an extra uh, sound bar that we have right here. It goes across. It's pretty good. Got it all on Amazon. Extra storage space cabinet. We got the electric heater when it gets cold in the wintertime. We do have a stereo-based system, but we just use the sound bar now in that essence. Here there used to be a table, but then we got the table out, and that's going to be for more storage area, maybe like an ottoman or some sort of like that. But this is my bread and butter right here. This is like my studio slash work area. This will be where I do all of my videos in that essence, right? In order for me to edit. What's cool is that the laptop actually goes with the DJ equipment that we have here, right? So as you can see, we get it all fired up. Speaker systems that we have. I got the little Roadster remote control that we got from Costco. It's just more motivation for me to say this is what I'm doing. Someone at work gave me this 3D printed piece of the Cybertruck that is going to be unveiled, which I thought was pretty cool. So this is kind of like my work setup in this area. I do also have a power bank, right? This power bank connects to everything that you see here. So when I come home and I have no power, which I will tell you the power source later, which is powering this whole RV right now, well, at least this will power up my computers and everything, which would be good for me to still be connected online and to have some source of entertainment if I needed to. You have more storage spaces up here that I've used, right? Then after that, we're going to come over here to our couch area. There's my little puppy chihuahua. Her name's Puddin'. She's sleeping, so we got to kind of be quiet. But that's our couch cushions or couches that we have here. They both recline out, which is pretty cool. And then there's more storage space up here, which I have for, towels and my protein stuff, and my glass containers are right here. This is a 2-slider slide out. So as you can see, there's one slide out here. That's one section. And then if we turn directly around, This is the other section that we have. So it's the two slider slide out for this Jayco model. So we've gotten a little accessories that we've added. As you can see, we've done some mats down below. So when I wash and do dishes and cook, it's there. I also have a center mat that goes from right here. And then that goes to the bathroom, right? And there's our AC unit, right? So as you can see here, there's all of our control panels that we have, right? From gray, black, oh, two grays, black, my water, which is getting kind of low, and then my battery. So that's what that is, right, for that cabinet. Go in here. Here's the bathroom setup that we have here. I did add a little bit more accessories onto the shower, but I'm still undecided if that's what we're going to do. Obviously, there's the mirror, there's the sink, but my favorite part of all is the bidet. Yes, that is right. I am spoiled. I installed a bidet in here. That's what I'm used to in that room. And then in this room, we have our bedroom, but we're not going to go in there because the wife is sleeping. So currently, this is what my whole setup is right now to get you a good view of everything. So that's what my new cyber city here is going to be for where I do videos and everything and get you guys updated on things from me that's going on in my life. Now remember, I do not have electricity, sewer, or water on this premises, so I'm all self-sufficient right now. How am I self-sufficient? Let's find out. All right, guys, now that we're outside of this Jayco, as you can see here, it is a pretty decent setup that I have here that we have going on. Okay, there are a couple things that I have done to this trailer in order for me to get a better, I would say, stabilization slash being as self-sufficient as possible here. So as you can see, it slide out there, right? All my sewer lines is coming out this way along with the water heater, etc. But as you can see here, I'm underneath tree. I got some pretty good shade. When 2 o'clock comes around, I did get more stabilizers underneath here to kind of get me a little bit more stabilized and not having the trailer shake so much, even though I'm on dirt. So I try to be as much sufficient as possible on everything. So let's go ahead and see what else I've used for accessories on this trailer, okay? All right, guys, now we're on the right side, or technically left side of this trailer. So if you want, we can come over on this side to see what we got. So as you can see, there's our sewer line. I did get an extra sewer slash gray water tank holder in order for me just to exit here to go here, so I don't have to move the trailer, right? So as you can see here, there's that 50 amp plug. That 50 amp plug comes all the way back over here. I don't want to turn around because I don't want to show you guys the water source, I mean the power source just yet, right? But as you can see here, we try to be as self-sufficient as possible. Here's my pump that I use in order for me to get water using these tubes. And I'll show you guys all my accessory stuff later. But this is where I have external water that I get using the 5-gallon jugs that I have here. Fill these guys up. It's about a 40-gallon tank that is inside of this travel trailer that can store and hold. Then I use the Milwaukee sub pump in order for me to use the hoses to pump water out of here, out of these jugs, and then into the system, as you can see here, to fill the tank. After that, we use all that water to get it in, and then we just go ahead and exit out this way, okay? But you can see that power line is coming here. Now remember, there's no water, no sewer, no solar that's on this camper. It is strictly self-sufficient on everything. Now, if you guys want to have me make another video in regards to what I use in order for me to stay as self-sufficient as possible, please let me know, okay? Now, for the big unveil on how this trailer behind me is getting power. So here's going to be the big reveal, and it is going to be, yes, the Cyber Beast that we have here called Gordito Boy. Now, a lot of people are just underestimating this, right? This is a 120 kilowatt battery pack that's in this vehicle right now, and that is supplying all my power that I have from here into the trailer, right? And at 120 kilowatts, right? You only want to charge at least at 80% at a time for all of this stuff in order for you to keep your battery at optimal level, right? So even then, 80% of 120 is 96 kilowatts that this battery pack can supply this trailer, right? Now, should I make another video on how much the power gets drawn from when I have everything on, or we'll just turn on one thing at a time in order for us to get to that power usage on what it takes to run this trailer almost full time, right? And I am so lucky because I can charge at work for free on this truck. So technically, power and electricity is free for me. All I got to do is charge it up at work, which I'm so thankful for. But a lot of people are underestimating this vehicle. Why? Is because it looks ugly. There's not a utility out of it. It's not a truck. Don't get me wrong. It is powering my trailer up full time to where I do not need to use a generator at all. Okay. So this is the truck that supplies everything. Now let's go see what's in the back and how it is being plugged in. All right, so let's do the big unveil that we have here. So the truck opens. As you can see here, there's my 50 kilowatt plug that we have here, okay? We have two 120 plugs, but I did it this way is because when I tried to get this plug in there like that, it made this kind of a curvature on it that I did not like, right? I don't want to damage the long plug as we speak, right? Because that's what's getting me the power to come all the way into my truck, right? Now, when I do that, if we go into the truck here itself, right, you can actually see how much kilowatts it's using, right? So if we get in here and we go to our outlets, right? And we go to our outlets right now. Sorry, I turned on the blinker. But as you can see here, it is using 2 kilowatts right now per hour, if I had to take a guess, okay? And then we got my little girl put in here, just trying to just be the big dog stuff. But yeah, as you can see here, it's using 2 kilowatts. We keep the outlets on at the 12 hours too. So it just continuously draws power in order for me to get stuff running. Currently that 2 kilowatts is actually using the AC more than likely, and everything else it's powered inside with the lights. So it's not doing so bad. I did charge it today at 80%, so that's 73%. I got the truck back at about, I think it's about 9 o'clock or so that I did it. And now this is how I get this set up on my truck in order for me to power things up. So that's pretty good right there to know what stats you're going to be needing in order for this to happen. So guys, I just want to give a quick video and everything and a quick shout out for you for having patience. I know you guys are seeing my full self-drive videos, talking with Grok and etc. But this is what I'm doing now. I am fully living grid-free, self-sufficient right now as we speak, using the Cybertruck as my power bank, guys. Stay tuned. Tell me what you guys want for more videos. If I'm doing this full-time RV life living, give me some of your tips that you guys have that I might not know about. As I said, thank you for watching my channel. If you guys have any questions about the Cybertruck, leave them in the comments down below and I'll try to answer as many as I can. But this is the way to go. Having this big beast power up this other big beast, okay? All right, thank you guys. Late.